Hey everybody, today I'm going to review Kobalt's brand new 24 volt max brushless half-inch drill driver, which is going to be available exclusively at Lowe's. Now this is a brand new power tool lineup, and it has something that you haven't seen before, which is going to be a 24 volt max battery pack. This is going to have an additional cell over the other 18 or 20 volt packs, and it will give it additional power as well as runtime. So what I want to do in this video is give you some closer up looks at this. We're going to go over all the different features, and then we're going to do extensive runtime and endurance testing, and you'll be able to see firsthand the type of performance that this is going to give you. Here's a closer look at the drill, and I want to point out that the dark blue portion you see is made out of a very hard plastic. The black portion around the grip, around the rear, as well as the side bumpers is a softer rubber overmold. The overall dimensions of the unit is coming in at 7.5 inches long, 10 inches high, and then 3.5 inches wide. Now that is going to be measured with a 4 amp hour high capacity battery pack. And without a side handle installed, it weighs 4 pounds 13.5 ounces. When you install the side handle, it adds an additional 12 ounces, bringing the total to 5 pounds 9.5 ounces. Two different accessories that are included with the drill will be a very large belt clip as well as a bit holder. The bit holder can be installed on the left or right hand side, and the belt clip can be installed on the left or right hand side, depending on your preference. Now I have this installed for right-handed use, but if you are left-handed, then you can remove the set screw, swap these, and it would be set up for left-handed use. And if you notice the belt clip is slightly oversized, this is specifically to allow it to hang on a very thick work belt without falling off. The bit holder also has two different storage areas, and although they do include one double-sided bit, if you have multiple bits, you can keep them both on the side of your drill. And unlike a typical drill that might have a bit holder on the rear or on the front, this one is completely removable if you don't choose to use it. The chuck is going to be an all-metal ratcheting Jacobs chuck, and when we install the bit and then tighten the collar down, you can hear it ratchet. It's going to clamp down around the bit, and then it's going to be ready to use. On the top of the drill, you'll notice a large black switch that will slide forward and backwards. Now with it slid all the way back, we'll notice a number 1, and this means that it's going to be in speed or power mode 1, which would be a lower RPM but higher torque mode. In this mode, we have a range of 0 to 550 RPMs depending on how hard you press on the variable speed trigger, and up to 650 inch-pounds of torque. So if you're drilling a very large hole or you're drilling into metal, this is going to be the best setting. But for very small holes or something that doesn't need a lot of torque, then you can slide that forward and you'll notice a number 2. This is going to be speed or power mode 2, having a maximum range of 0 to 2000 RPMs, which is going to be much faster drilling. For maximum control while you are drilling, they do include a side handle that's completely removable, and it can also be installed for left or right-handed use, depending on how you really slide it on the front and tighten it down. But what I'm going to do is set it up for right-handed use. What we'll do is take the 2 notches on the side handle, slide it into 2 notches on the housing in between the clutch ring and the speed or power mode selector switch. And when it goes all the way back against the mounting bolts, we'll go ahead and just twist it clockwise to tighten it down. Very quickly it's installed, and just as quickly it can be removed. Now keep in mind, if you are drilling into metal or you're drilling very large holes, this is a great idea to have because it's going to give you maximum control, and even if the drill binds up, you will be able to prevent it from jerking out of your hands. For very large holes, you will want maximum torque as well as lower RPMs. So we're going to put this on speed or power mode 1, and then we're going to use this big Hog Hole Saw, which is going to be 4.25 inches to go through the 2x6. Drilling smaller holes into wood, like this 3/8 inch bit, we can easily use speed or power mode 2, which is going to be a very high RPM, and we don't need to use the side handle. It's going to pop holes very quickly right into this 2x4, and we should have excellent control. Between the speed or power mode selector switch and the chuck, you'll notice a large black ring that has numbers printed on it. This will allow you to fine-tune your clutch settings. And if it's on a lower number, it means that it's going to be a lesser amount of power going from the motor into the chuck before the clutch engages, so you don't accidentally damage something. And if you're dealing with a very small fastener, you don't want to overdrive it or strip it out, this is how you're going to prevent the drill from accidentally doing that. Now, if you're dealing with a larger fastener, like a large lag screw, you of course would rotate that up higher. And then when it reaches a certain threshold, it will automatically kill power to prevent overdriving. Now, if you are going to be drilling a hole, then you would completely override the clutch ring by rotating it around until you see a drill bit. You line that up with the arrow, and it means that this is now bypassed, putting full power from the motor into the chuck. To show you firsthand the importance of using the clutch ring if you are installing something like a small screw, we don't want to overdrive it into the wood, damaging what we're working on or damaging the fastener itself. So the first screw I'll put in, I will have the clutch set on 3. Now this is going to be 3 out of a possible 22 settings, and it will allow me to sink it perfectly flush with the top of the wood. So you can see when the extra pressure was reached and the head met the surface of the wood, the clutch automatically engaged, killing power, and it didn't overdrive it. Now if you had this too high or you had it on drill mode, you'll see exactly what will happen beside it using the exact same fastener. In this case, it sunk it far below the surface, damaging what we're working on. At the base of the grip is going to be an LED light that also has a time delay. And anytime you press it on the trigger, it's automatically going to cut on, and it has a 10-second delay once you release the trigger. So in a low light situation, this will illuminate what you're working on, and it really doubles as a flashlight. The battery pack is going to be on a slide rail system, and that means installing and removing it is very simple. On the front of the battery, you'll notice a large black button on either side. You'll press and hold those in and then pull the battery pack forward, and it's going to slide right off. You can charge the battery up, then slide it right back into place, and when you hear the click, it's going to be locked in and ready to go. Now, because the 24V Max brushless tools are cross-compatible with all the batteries in that lineup, if you have a 4 amp hour pack like this, the larger 5 amp hour pack, or even the compact 2 amp hour version, they're all going to power all of the 24V Max tools exactly the same way. Like other cordless power tools in the 18 or 20 volt range, the 24V brushless tools do not have a fuel gauge built into the tool, however they are built into the front of the battery packs. All you'll have to do is press the button on the front. It will show you a series of LEDs exactly telling you what the charge is. And I can see that the one on the drill is fully charged, the small compact version is fully charged, and then the one on the end only has a half a charge. So both of these are going to be ready to go, where the one on the end would need to be put back on the charger to come back up to full capacity. Now for a runtime test, I have a fully charged 4 amp hour battery pack, along with a 1-inch auger bit. We're going to be on speed or power mode 1, and we'll see how many holes we can drill in a standard 2x6 on just one charge. It made it fully through 185 1-inch holes into a 2x6 on just one charge, and then on hole number 186 the battery finally died. For a second runtime test, I have another fully charged 4 amp hour pack, and we have a 2 9/16 self-feeding wood bit. We're going to be putting holes into that same 2x6 material to see how many it can do on just one charge. "69 holes using that 2 9/16 self-feeding wood bit going through a standard 2x6 on just one charge." So now you've seen Kobalt's brand new 24V max brushless half-inch drill driver for yourself. And really the overall size, weight, and feel of this would be very similar to the competition's other higher end full-size 18 or 20V drills. And if you notice, the entire time I used it I had the side handle attached. To remove that, you can just take it, twist it right off, and it will come off of the drill. But to have maximum control the entire time you use it, I would highly suggest installing the side handle when you're drilling holes 1 inch or above. Now during our 2 different runtime tests, we didn't have any problems with it binding up, shutting off, or overheating, and it drained a battery pack down fully through each run. Whether that was the 1-inch bit or the very large 2 9/16 self-feeding wood bit, it didn't have any issues. And then with that very large 4 1/4 inch hole saw, it also went through a 2x6 and did not bind up or stall out. Now the Kobalt 24V lineup has a unique warranty, with the tools carrying a 5-year warranty, the battery and charger carrying a 3-year warranty, and then they're so confident you're going to like these tools, they back everything up with a 1-year money-back guarantee. So if 11 months from now you decide that this drill is just not for you, you can go right back into Lowe's with your receipt and get your money back. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. And thanks for watching.